What is up, Bob? I'm sorry. I didn't expect my walk with the dogs to take so long, but I'm here to say nothing other than the fact I'm here. Anybody wants to join? I'm going to show the link. So, did y'all have a good weekend? And I don't sleep much, Lakes. I figured I didn't get enough sleep when I died, brother. I sent you a link, Frosty. I don't know if you saw it. There's a link for all the Chinese folks that want to come storming my channel. You're more than welcome. I'll entertain you. That hasn't happened yet. So anybody wants to join in, there's a link. But other than that, I had a pretty peaceful weekend. Other than I just took a pretty long walk in the freaking rain shower with my dog because she wouldn't leave me alone. She's used to going on a walk every night, and she don't care what the weather is like out. So I put a hoodie on and took her for a walk.
What's up, Dave?
The same thing as always, buddy.
Let me see if I can get my volume working here.
I can hear you. You don't sound like you're in a fishbowl that much tonight. You driving home? Yeah, I guess
Can you
he's
hear me?
That was a small joke. I actually wasn't saying a damn thing, as you all know. So you got anything interesting you're walking into on Monday, Lakes? The Rancho Mafia, what's up with you, buddy?
Were you off today, Dave, or did you work?
I worked. I always work, man. I work, and I'm wet as hell right now. In terms of eating tiny terms right now.
No, I'm eating salty nuts.
We don't need to go there anymore, man. We did enough on Theo's thing.
Well, I'm just preparing for Tarek to show up.
We have to get ready for butthole talk then. Brown-eyed girlfriend. He's probably watching. Probably laughing right now. Now my puppy, she's like relentless. She knows that Daddy takes for a walk every night, and this dog doesn't give a shit what the hell is going on outside. And it was raining like hell outside, and like I threw my hoodie on. I'm like, okay, kid, we're going for a walk. I can deal with getting a little wet for a few minutes. We'll at least go around the block. That's like a half mile. And of course, she had to stop at every freaking fire hydrant. Every time. I mean, how many times you get stopped at this fire hydrant to understand that every dog that walks by this pisses on it? You don't have to smell it every damn time. You already know that every other dog in the whole neighborhood pisses on it. Probably raccoons piss on
That's how
it.
they communicate with each other, Dave. That's how they literally talk with each other that way. It's like, hey, I'm George. I was here. Now your dog's going to pee on it. Say hi, George. I was here.
My dog's a
George,
female.
don't you
She
still
don't-
owe me money?
She's never peed on it. My dog's a female. She's never peed on it, but
I guess she doesn't like the people that stop at that post.
like I say, Lakes, I'll get enough sleep when I die.
I heard rumor they have a hammock at Dave's shop. He actually sleeps 4 or 5 hours a day there in the hammock. That's rumor. I've only heard rumor. You know that.
I'd like
Some
to know
service
something.
writer told me.
I'll go work there if they actually have a hammock I can go sleep on. I'll go work there. Now, are we talking flat rate or hourly? So, if it's flat rate, no, I don't give a shit about the hammock.
See, my theory is Dave shows up to work and he closes one eye and only lets half his brain sleep. Then he'll close the other eye and open the other eye and let the other half of the brain sleep while he works.
I only need about 4.5 hours of sleep a night. I'd be honest with you, I get much more than that. I actually feel like shit in the morning. If I actually sleep in and get say I sleep 7 hours, I feel like hell in the morning. I just don't feel right. My doctor tells me my lifestyle's unhealthy, but whatever.
I couldn't hardly sleep last night. I woke up this morning and I was just wiped out. Luckily, the other guy showed up. I didn't think he was going to show up, so I went in, got there at 6, and made a deal with him. You know, you work till 12, I'm going to go take a nap. So, actually worked out for once.
My weekend was good, Rancho. How was yours?
I'll tell you, on Friday I was tired as friggin' hell, man. I could barely keep my eyes awake while we were all talking on stream there. Friday I was so burnt out because I just finished spending 2 days driving.
The driving tires you out. Until you get used to it, it tires you out.
There's something I've been dying to ask. What's your take on this submarine deal?
But the thing that
Idiots
was
try doing something they shouldn't do.
the thing that was looking at the Titanic,
Yeah,
they knew what it could and could not do, and somebody overdid something. So my take on it is somebody fucked up.
Well, it's kind of
for
funny.
one thing,
You know what the pressures are
For one
when you're
thing-
that deep in the water?
oh,
400 tons
They
per
know the
square
carbon
inch.
fiber can only hold up to a certain amount of pressure. They know the material they made that out can only hold up to a certain pressure. So they either lost control of it or somebody decided to lose control of it unintentionally. That's my thoughts on it.
well, if they want to make something like that work, I mean, after 4 or 5 dives, that submarine should have been cut up for research.
What's up?
And then another one after 10 or
Auto
15
repair.
dives should have been cut up for research.
Nice to see
You
you.
know, what is that carbon fiber doing after being subjected to that kind of pressure?
Well, that's the thing. The depth that they were at, that's about 450 foot-pound per square inch. of pressure.
I think it's actually a little higher than that.
Nope, it's about 450 foot-pound per square inch. That's a lot. That's a lot of pressure. Because when you do the mass to volume size, they're actually under about a million pounds of pressure down there. That vessel per when you do the total, it's about a million.
Yeah,
pounds.
I understand the math behind it. It's some serious pressure. They knew what it could and could not handle. So why did they
Yeah.
really drop to?
But our military did do the right thing. Both the Canadian and U.S. military sonar systems heard it pop. They heard it. They heard the bang that it made when it imploded. They knew the second that it happened. And once they heard that they were missing, they knew what that implosion was that they heard on the sonar. They kept it quiet for a couple of days in order to notify the family members that, hey, I'm sorry, but your family members are dead. We heard it.
Well, their history,
You know,
like instantly. I mean, what are the water temperatures down there on top of everything?
God, now that depth, you're probably looking at hypothermia within 2 to 3 seconds. That's
Yeah.
if
Oh, you
something
gotta
you manage to survive.
Well, first of
Yeah,
all,
you
if
gotta
you're
be
outside the vessel, the pressure's so high it probably explode your brain.
Well, that's
yeah.
the thing. You'll literally implode because all your blood vessels will get so hot from the pressure that you just.
You'd either freeze solid and explode at the same time. I mean, that's got to be well below zero because it's
Oh,
so
it is
deep.
well below
There's no
zero
light.
down there.
Oh yeah, there's no light.
Ice cubes down there is because the water is moving. The
Yeah,
current's
and
moving.
there's too much pressure.
Now people like Roseanne and Rosie, they might stand a better chance because they got some blubber to keep them warm and insulated a little bit. But
Thanks for stopping in, Cass. As always, have a good one. Speed Ranch.
You know, I think that's a grave site, and I mean, there's no scientific data to be collected by visiting it now. All that shit's been done. I mean, that place wants to be left alone.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's
with
certain
the
things
trees,
that should be left
this guy
alone.
thought he could
And
make
never
$1
leave
million
alone.
a dive.
They still look if you're the right person and you know a little bit of something about something, and you say something about Jimmy Hoffa, our government's still going to dig up ground looking for him because we're that stupid.
we could always
Gone
go.
for 48 years. 48 years he's been missing,
We can all go conspiracy theorists.
and the government don't like to get beat. They're going to look for him.
We can all go conspiracy theorists and say that it was Chinese subs that blew it up because they saw something they weren't supposed to see.
Yeah,
There are Chinese subs surrounding us. They're going to get us.
I don't know. I mean, can our manned submarines even operate that deep?
Yes.
Yep. The nuclear subs can go that deep. They can go a little deeper.
They can scrub the freaking ground. In a lot of areas of the ocean, they can scrub the ground.
It takes them a while to surface from that depth, though, right? I mean,
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to remember how many thousands of feet the subs can go.
right, but I think you have to come up slow just because of changes in pressure. I don't think it's a matter of
They can't just zoom right up.
No, because that's the thing. The pressures and that in the system will cause too much damage, and every person that comes up will have the bend so bad that they'll be dead by the time they get up.
Yeah, I mean, ugh. What the hell would you want to go down there for? I mean, what?
Because it smells like fish, so you're gonna eat it.
Treasure. There was a vault on that ship full of treasure. All the rich people put all their gold and that in there when they were coming over on the Titanic. There's a couple $1 million of crap sitting down there.
Oh, it's probably more than that, but that's a grave. That's a tomb.
Mm-hmm.
If I could jump in the water and dive down that deep and grab some gold, I would do it. But
Do you know most people don't realize how far apart each section is from each other?
aren't they like about a quarter mile apart?
Almost a
More
mile
than
apart. Almost a mile apart. One half is in Canadian water, the other half is in U.S. water.
insane.
There's no such thing as U.S. water and Canadian water.
Well, the
We don't
water that we
at each other
control.
crosses though. We never bitch at each other unless it comes down to fishing. We never bitch about each other on investigation about whose water we're crossing. It's not like we're
No.
dealing with the Russians or anything like that. So the water's the water. When it comes down to an investigation like that, the Canadians don't give us shit. We don't give them shit. We don't give them shit. They don't give us shit. Fishing could be a whole different story. We cross boundaries on fishing. Commercial fishing, yes, I agree. They'll bitch. Hey, these are Canadian waters. They're not United States waters.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
When it comes down to most things, the United States and Canada pretty much get along for the most part. I mean, I don't think they get along as good as they should. I think things have changed over the years, almost to negative, and it shouldn't be like that. We should be like little brother, big brother to each other. I mean,
Oh yeah.
there should be no animosity between our two countries in any way, shape, or form. We should actually be on the exact same page, but
Hard to believe though, how many trips to the bottom had that thing taken?
like thousands.
And nobody had been regulating that thing up until now. There's nobody to say, hey, you can't do that.
Well, no, they figured you guys are crazy enough to go down there and do that stupid shit and worry about that stupid shit. Go ahead and do it. You want to spend all your money on it? Go ahead and do it.
I guess that makes sense. But man, the lawsuits are gonna fly.
Well, really, there is no one to really sue, though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, he's
exactly.
gone.
Who do you sue?
Yeah. Well, just trying to wrap my head around it. I mean, that thing must have busted as soon as they got down to depth. I mean, they couldn't have been down there very long, right?
No, they hit a certain depth and it exploded. It imploded. Imploded, I'd say more than exploded. But
Yeah, and I'd like to think it would have
just
been
broke.
like should have just been instantaneous, just read out and nothing.
Well, that's the thing is every seagoing vessel that is of a standard to that, like even our submarines, our military grade submarines, they get docked after X amount of hours and inspected and checked. Something like that should be going through.
I'm trying to think. What is a depth? What is a depth, Turner, that a fucking submarine, a well-built submarine, can go down to? I want to say 12,000 foot, but I think I'm wrong on it.
No, I don't really think.
I think I'm close,
I think it's
but I
like
think I'm
5,000 or
wrong.
6,000 feet. I'm not sure. I'll have to Google it.
No, the newest subs I think can go down to about 12,000. You're probably right on the 5,000 or 6,000 feet.
I
Back in
thought
the
that ship was 12,000 feet
40s
down.
or 50s, but I think we can go down to about 10-ish thousand, 12-ish thousand feet now.
I think that thing is at 12,000 feet below. That's why they were only ever able to send remote-controlled vehicles down to it.
No, I thought it was over 20,000 feet deep.
I think it's 12,500, 12,500.
You might be right.
The deepest our military subs that I can find
But
coming
5,000, 6,000.
from the Navy is 1,570 feet.
Jesus.
They can go deeper than that. I know they can go around 4,000 easily. You sure it's not meters?
No, it says 440 meters. The Akua class, the Chute, Ohio class, Boreal.
I know there's a depth they can't go past because the pressure gets too freaking high.
Yeah, the hull will implode, and then you got something. You got
Okay,
something built out of carbon fiber. How do you inspect it without cutting it in half?
Okay,
You know,
for the military, for a military manned submarine, the deepest one that has ever gone was a Russian submarine. The K-2780 was 4,265 feet below sea level, but it was massively reinforced. For the U.S. military, the deepest one is the class, the Type 212 class, and its depth is 2,296 feet. For unmanned, the deepest unmanned.
Auto repair says 3,000 feet. He's probably pretty close. I might have been.
I'm going from the military. I'm going from the military specs.
I understand that.
It's
probably watched Crimson Tide too many times.
But 2,500 feet on the newest U.S. military nuclear sub is 2,500 feet in depth.
Well, they can go 3,000. They could probably go past a little bit past 3,000.
Yeah.
It's a definite oh shit area. They better get back up. If they're dropping that low, they better find a way to get back up. Because if they don't, they're gone.
got to think some of their systems would quit working if you got that low.
But they do. They do.
The deepest.
If they drop below that 2,500 to 3,000 foot range, they got to get back up. If they don't, they're fucked.
The deepest a U.S. military drone sub DSRV has gone is just shy of 10,000 feet. It's capable of doing 10,000 feet. But the average unmanned sub is designed to do 5,000 feet. The deepest any submersible, which was the Challenger Deep Marineris, went to 36,000 feet, but that was massively engineered. But yeah, even unmanned subs have a hard time going past 5,000 feet without massive.
Well, the pressure gets the pressure is so goddamn extreme at that point. It's not funny.
Yeah, that's actually pretty insane. Like I thought we would have gotten. I thought our military sub would have been able to go deeper than that, but no. The latest state of the art U.S. nuclear submarine can only do is rated at 2,265.
Right. It just goes to show you there is so much down there.
They probably could build shit that go deeper than that, but is it worth taking the chance? That's where you gotta draw a line. Like, is it worth taking a chance?
Yeah.
Well, and what is there to
do
find?
You really need to go that low. You really need to go that low.
In order for the Russians to get down below 4,000 feet, they had to do a steel reinforced hull with a titanium shell around it. It's one of the most expensive.
Yeah, but when you go that depth, you better be ready to. That's where it gets dangerous.
Yeah,
go to that depth, you better be ready to pull up quick because the depth that you're at.
I'm curious where the Russians got that much titanium.
You might have to pull up because of. You just might have to pull up because the ocean floor is not that deep anymore. Now you got to pull the hell up fast.
Rivets would be popping, lines would be busting.
My God. Could you imagine building a whole entire submarine out of titanium? That's trillions of dollars. And the friggin' Russians did it. Freaking titanium submarine.
Says the Titanic is 13,000 feet deep. I believe that. They said it was
I thought 12
a couple miles down. And that's a couple miles down. That's like basically what, 2.5 miles down?
No. 2.5 miles.
13,000 feet is about 2.5 miles down.
Yeah.
2.5.
So it's a mile, 5,200 and some odd feet,
5280.
5280.
No, that's the thing. That's why we really don't. That's why the ocean is such a secret, because the only thing that we have are sonar images and satellite images, which can't be trusted because they don't really give us a whole lot to really see. There's so much underneath the ocean. Like there could be whole entire lost civilizations and cities underneath the ocean for all we know that
There is.
got covered up. Like, but we'll never find them because we can't get down there.
No, we actually have found hidden cities in the ocean. Didn't we find Atlantis in the ocean?
No, we haven't found Atlantis yet. We've been trying to.
I thought
We found some runes that are at depths of up to 4,000 feet, but they're not confirmed because they're just sonar images. But I'm talking down farther when the ice age formed and everything was ice, and before the continents actually split and divided.
they didn't split and divide.
Just dropped.
God created them. Don't ruin everybody's religion now.
There is no God.
It didn't happen from glacier storms or
the Anunnaki created humans, and we are all genetic clones using Anunnaki material. Jesus Christ just carried on teachings from a pharaoh. Moses was originally a pharaoh king. All religions that stole from one religion, that stole from another religion, that stole from another religion, and they kept rewriting their own version to make their own religion to control their people how they wanted to control them. That's why I don't believe in religions, because everyone's just crazy. We're all crazy.
Well,
we're all insane.
I have to tell you, Jesus Christ, you just broke my fucking heart.
Uh-oh.
I'll never be the same.
No.
There's no religion. Like, well, let's have a party.
That's the thing. Ever since mankind existed, we've always created something to believe in, and we created this entity to believe in to create order out of chaos. That's why we created gods, is to create order out of chaos and control our people.
I thought that was what mothers were for.
Now, technically, mothers are gods because they create us and give us life.
I thought that was mothers, like, tell you evil, create evil, and keep you under civil.
Say hi to Frankie.
Thanks for stopping by, Shannon.
Have a good night, Shannon. See, I want to stay alive to see what kind of religion exists in another 100 years. I want to see what the next God is. What kind of AI replace all religions.
They'll be worshiping the Nike sneaker in 3031.
Nike sneaker or a nuclear warhead or some AI robot or some furry creature on YouTube.
This guy right here.
Yeah.
Joe Blue.
Oh, that's Tarek's best friend.
You do not drink
father,
road.
Not your father.
I want us to go back to the old ways with the old gods, and the Incas. We need rain. Let's sacrifice some people.
People are still trying to blow my shit up. I want to know why my shit's stopping there.
Make it like the Vikings, where they do it willingly.
Yeah, they offer themselves, like, God, man, like that was pride, man. I want my people to live and not starve.
That guy just didn't want to go to work on Monday.
Yeah. No. That's the one thing. Don't ever get me started on religion or politics. Don't. Just don't. If you want a healthy, productive stream, don't talk politics or religion with me. Just don't. I'm toxic. I'm the Antichrist.
That's how you pick on people. You go after race, religion, and relatives.
No, that's the thing, is I hate everything. I just point out the obvious things about everything. Like every group, even myself being an atheist, I can point out the failures and flaws of an atheist. We're just bastards. We're just mean old bastards. Our science that we believe in, there are holes in our science. Because most of our science about the universe is all theoretical, not really proven. And it's always changing.
See, I told you Tiger's there.
Hey, Derek.
Tarek doesn't like sci-fi. Okay, that's it, Tarek. I don't know about you anymore.
I don't like sci-fi either, Tarek.
I don't know. Oh, people that don't like sci-fi, I don't know.
I'd rather watch fucking Tim the Tool Time or This Old House or
WWF.
WWE now.
ECW.
I can't wrap my. They swallowed everybody else. Now they're WWE.
Well, they had to get rid of the WWF for some freaking legal reason.
The World Wildlife Federation had it licensed and copyrighted before Vince McMahon did.
They were just pissed because they were never as popular.
Everyone was showing up. Everyone was showing up at the World Wildlife Federation events, hoping to see Hulk Hogan, and all they saw were elephants and lions and tigers and bears.
Yeah, no giants, no midgets, no nothing.
No. What kind of WWF is this? Where's them wrestlers? I don't want to see no animals. What's a platypus?
Back on the flying forearm.
I went to school with the Hart family, and I knew Dwayne when he played football for the Calgary Stampeders. I used to know a lot of wrestlers when I was younger, but all those wrestlers are old and dead.
Joe LeDuc's my all-time favorite.
Yeah, I always like for 80s. I liked Brutus the Barber Beefcake. He always just made me laugh. I don't know what it was about him, but he was just an idiot and nuts. For pre-80s, oh man, that's a hard one. Pre-80s wrestlers, that's a hard one because there were some good ones.
I'm telling you. The crazy ones, man, lumberjack guys.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Oh! He was nuts.
Junkyard Dog. I love Junkyard Dog and Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
Oh, everybody loves the Superfly.
Superfly was awesome. The old Killer Bees, the British Bulldog.
Just entertainment. We didn't have to analyze. It was entertaining.
No. It was action comedy, and it was action comedy, fiction, a little bit of sci-fi every now and then, and drama all in one. It was a soap opera for men. Like literally, that's what it was. Did you hear that about Tony? Tony did this and did that. Ooh. Meanwhile, Rife's in the kitchen. Oh, did you hear about Marcus and Louise?
Shit.
No. Honey, you go watch your days of your lives. This is my one day that I get to drink beer and watch idiots pretend to beat each other up. But I tell you one thing. Those wrestling, the wrestling ring, when you get dropped on it, if you don't land right, it's going to hurt like hell because it's just 4 plies of 1-inch plywood on a big spring. There is no padding on that thing. No padding at all. It's a canvas over 4 layers of 1-inch plywood and a massive spring in the center of it. It hurts when you fall on it the wrong way. I know. Oh, Dave's gone. Frosty froze. Look, it's just looks like it's me and you guys. Hi, Dave. Where are you, Frosty? Unfreeze yourself. Don't leave me here alone with these people. They scare me. Look, even chat is froze. Chat's not even moving anymore. Oh my God. All I see is a red light in Frosty's screens. Aliens have come. Oh, there's an alien with a red light on it. I knew it. Frosty's an alien. And he's muted himself. And he froze again. Am I the only one with a stable internet connection? I don't know where Dave
Hey,
went.
Turner.
Dave must have fell asleep.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Did you switch to AGT?
I don't know. Hey, you were gone for about a week. What happened?
I was out fighting forest fires.
Ah.
I left to go do my due diligence in my part and play my role.
Did you win?
No.
Oh.
What we did is we got things a little bit more manageable and controlled, and then when the reinforcements finally showed up from around the world, that made things a lot better. But that's the thing is, it's just gone to the point. The only thing that they can do is maintain control and direct it. That's the thing. That's the thing is until we get a couple solid days of rain to help slow things down. But that's the thing is, they're gonna just try to direct it in a path that's going to be least amount of damage. So
Force it to burn itself out.
But that's the thing. They waited too long. They waited too long to do anything about it, which is the sad part.
The fire go away.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess all you can do is try and keep it from consuming everything.
Yeah. No, we've got enough numbers out. We got enough numbers out east and up in Alberta right now to manage it and control it. Now it's just getting ready for the fires that are starting here in BC. But that's the thing. Here in BC, we've got a really good system for fighting our fires. So
we have a good system fighting fires here. Just piss on it.
Yeah, you just empty out all the swimming pools from Beverly Hills, and
I don't live in Beverly Hills. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're in Detroit. No one can afford a swimming pool there.
Oh, we have nicer houses in Beverly Hills where I live.
I don't know. Jed Clampet's house looks really good, you know.
I don't live in Detroit.
No, Michigan.
Yeah, I live in Michigan. I live about 45, 50 minutes north of Detroit.
Yeah, it's Detroit. That's just the good neighborhood. That neighborhood outside of Detroit is the good neighborhood of Detroit.
I'm way outside Detroit.
So you're in a really, really good neighborhood then.
No, I'm in a fucking shithole, man. I can't go outside right now. I can't go lay in bed. I got sleep on the floor. I got eat on the floor. Sometimes I even got shit on the floor. Gunshots come through all the time. You gotta keep your ass low around here. So
Damn.
eat on the floor, I sleep on the floor, and I shit on the floor.
So Dave's getting the Vietnam experience right now.
What you gotta keep your socks clean. You don't want your socks
you need your
dirty.
socks to make your coffee in the morning, man.
Yeah, if your socks get dirty, you're gonna get swamp feet, and you don't want that.
Yeah, you don't want.
You always have to keep one clean sock to make your cup of coffee, you know.
Hey,
See?
fuck you guys. Just
He's
say,
supporting an American company that has American employees that if you boycott them, you're putting them out of a job and ruining their families and their families' income and starving their children. Stop being idiots and boycotting American companies just because they're doing stupid stuff. Because when you do that, you're not damaging the company, you're damaging the people that work for them.
I kind of thought he was just having a beer.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing wrong with it.
Nope.
You know, I never actually saw any of that shit or that commercial or anything that had to do with any of that shit.
I didn't either.
Oh, I saw this shit.
It all started.
Honestly, to be totally honest with you, the only way I saw any of it, I never saw it on any of my fucking TVs. I actually had to see it on YouTube.
Yep.
Isn't that fucked up? I actually had to watch YouTube to see it.
Because Bud Light's really not suffering, and this boycott wasn't really as big and as bad as what as media played it out.
Yeah, they're full of shit about the whole thing.
They over exaggerated it and that, but it was not as that level. Social media and the news that showed on social media is designed to trigger people intentionally, but in the real world, it didn't really go down like that. Like Kid Rock, he did stuff because that. But the only people that were offended by it were the religious nutcases.
Turk. Sometimes, Turk. Sometimes.
But no, don't believe everything you see on the internet. Oh, all this bad stuff's happening in the world because the internet said it. No, go out in the real world and pick up a newspaper and read the newspaper, and that will usually tell you more truth than the media.
Well,
but people don't know how to read anymore, Dave. That's right. I forgot about that. People don't know how to read anymore.
That's how I learn everything, by reading. People want to know how did you understand direct injection, the GDI on such and such vehicle? I pulled it up in all data, pulled it up in Mitchell, I pulled it up in here, and I read it. Theory and operation of it, and I read it. I read all three of them, and they pretty much were all close to each other. I read it, and thought about it, took it all in. That's how I learned. I learned 90% of what I do based on reading my own shit and doing my best to keep up with shit. And YouTube is also helpful. Like, I love to watch Pine Hollow Diagnostics. I love to watch the Mechanic Mindset when it comes to playing with oscilloscopes and all that shit.
I haven't been around anything.
Mechanic Mindset is awesome when it comes to oscilloscope playing around cheapest scopes, more expensive scopes, all that. You ever seen him, Turner?
Yep.
You ever seen Mechanic Mindset?
Yep. No, I follow it. I learn all my stuff from him.
I pay for his
website thing. I actually subscribe to his website.
Oh, is he not good, or is he?
He's friggin' awesome, and he's very in depth on what he does.
Scanner Danner or Paul Danner, which I know personally, Paul Danner, but
yeah, they're good. They're good stuff to watch. Like that's the thing. Between those two, you can learn everything you need to learn about using a lot of these tools and making your connections for your scopes. And that's the thing. Mostly if you're a visual learner like me, they come in really handy because like Mechanic Mindset, there's some of his videos he doesn't show him making the connections, And since I actually asked, he actually answers every single thing that you send him. He will get back to you. I've said, you didn't. I didn't see how you made the connection. Can you show? And he actually sent me videos, going, yeah, it's no problem. I'll send you a couple videos. I'll show you how I make the connections, which ones I'm doing that, and he actually takes care of his fans. Like he will actually send you information. Even if you're not paying for his online program, he'll answer your questions.
No, he's awesome. I watch him all the time.
Like he's a really good person. Like,
well, there's no need to watch him unless you're going to get in depth in diagnostics, which I obviously do. I know how to use a scope. I need to know how to use a scope. And a scope, everybody says, "Oh, you don't need that. You don't need that." They're a pain in the ass. It takes you an hour to set it up. Only if the damn thing's tucked in the box somewhere. If you have a diagnostic cart or a diagnostic somewhat setup where the son of a bitch is ready to go at all times, and you know where all 4 channels are, or all 2 channels. I don't even give a shit about 4 channels. 2 channels are. But say you have everything set up for 4 channels, everything's ready, set, go. Hooking a scope to cart takes literally minutes.
So sometimes even less than minutes.
There are some pieces of equipment that I don't have. I need to get. Like I'm gonna get one of Ivan's from Pine Hollow Diagnostics. I want one of his in-cylinder pressure testers.
Yeah. I got the diesel one. I want the gas one. They were out of the gas
he
one.
He sells his for like a quarter of the price that.
Yeah.
Like ASE Wave or
Now what is it? Is it like a ring that goes around the spark plug and you put it in there and it'll tell you the cylinder pressure?
Well, it's like compression tester to a point, but it's got a sensor on it.
It works like an oil pressure sensor in a way. When the oil pressure pushes against the sensor, and it sends a signal just like an oil pressure does, but it's set up for higher pressure, higher PSIs. Like
right,
they're the same sensors that we use on the refrigerations and hydraulic systems to monitor our 1,000 PSI. All they've done is they've taken those sensors and they've hooked them up to an actual wire that connects to the scope. And then there's in the scope module, you can set your settings to get a waveform on it.
They basically turn the pressure into a voltage.
Yeah, like it's ingenious.
It's fucking amazing. I mean, you could actually see if you got a bad intake valve.
Yep.
You can see if you had a bad exhaust valve. You can see if you have too much back pressure in your exhaust system.
Yeah.
Once you learn how to read that waveform, you got to know a good known pattern versus a bad known pattern, and you got to learn. It's a science to it. You're not going to get it like this. I mean, it's not going to happen overnight like this.
My question is, does it sandwich in there with the spark plug, or are you deactivated?
Pull the spark plug out.
The spark plug's out of the hole.
See what it does is it'll create a wave format. You just have to learn which spike is the compression, which spike is exhaust, which spike is intake. And from after you've discovered what that is, then you can actually see where the problem is. If you're losing pressure on a compression stroke, then you have a bad cylinder. If you got lost pressure
like
on
basically in other words, Frosty, if your car is running like total shit and the codes are not leading you anywhere in a good direction, you throw that in any, say it's a 4-bang, you throw it in any hole, easiest hole you can get to, easiest spark plug hole you get to. But if you have a misfire code setting on cylinder number 3, that's where you're going to want to put that thing.
Yeah.
On cylinder number 3.
Will it create a spark and fire the cylinder though?
No.
It's reading a deactivated cylinder.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it can still give you an idea if you got a valve problem.
Yeah, it's literally turning the air pressure into a signal that shows on the graph in spikes.
I
You
got
gotta
it.
you just gotta differentiate the spikes for
Well,
what
basically,
what cycle it's going through. So
basically, it turns everything into a voltage of some type that is able to be read out on a oscilloscope. Basically, same shit hospitals use on your heart, your this, your that, blood pressure, everything.
instead of having to rip a cylinder head off to take a look at something or a valve cover off, which can be encumbersome on a lot of these vehicles, it can save you a lot of time to make a proper diagnosis using this tool. It's very handy and it's ingenious. Right. Like I want to get the gas one. I got the diesel. I got 2 of the diesel ones, but I want to get one of the gas ones. But they're always sold out on their website. They're always sold out of them.
What website are you talking about?
The Pine Hollow guys.
I didn't know you did diesel one.
Yeah, they actually have. They're working on coming out with a diesel kit for the oscilloscopes. They're working on making one. But they got all kinds of
You go with the Pico version. I mean, I think that's like fucking like what, $1,200,
$1,500, something like that. Yeah.
some shit like that.
But no, they not the Pine
Well,
Hollow
guys, I'm
really
in the
good,
stream.
budgeted, smart
I'm in the
things.
live, but I threw the link up to go. Anybody wants to join backstage? I might end the link because I don't want to have to keep up with everybody's comments. So you're all welcome to join. I'll be up for. We'll be on for a little bit longer, but thanks for all. Thank you all for watching. Anybody else have anything to say?
Well, you're all awesome. You're all superstars. Thanks for stopping in and saying hi to Dave. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button before you leave, or I'm going to send Chuck Norris after you.
You don't have
Yeah,
to hit
it's
like
all
and
on the
subscribe. That might make me popular, and I get popular, and then I get paid for shit, and I don't want to get paid for anything.
Okay, unsubscribe from Dave. Don't like him.
Unsubscribe from me. Don't like me.
You can subscribe to me. I like getting paid.
All right.
Frosty will pour it up just fine.
Well, I'm gonna end it.